Welcome to Sports Communications, where we're looking at sports PR landscapes, and this time we're looking at the media. Considering media company drivers, we need to think about the fact that this is entertainment. It's driven by ratings, by profile, by size and demographics, by market and market segment dominance. So what does that mean? Sports leagues and clubs seek to make their sport more entertaining in order to appeal to the media and consumers alike, and that appeal is required by both the sport and the media industries to drive profits. That's really important. So thinking about profit, there's readership or circulation, regardless of how you count that, bums on seats, shareholders and sales to think about. So if you think about Times Warner AOL, they run Sports Illustrated in order to make sure that they've got ratings, profile and good reach. Walt Disney Company, sport media is distributed via Disney's ESPN network, so they actually own a chunk of the sports world as well. News Corporation, there's Fox in the US and British Sky Broadcasting, B Sky B in the UK and Star in Asia. Comcast, they've got high-speed internet and phone services, but they own US sports teams. And Vivendi International have media telecommunications and NBC as well as their gaming arm. So what does that mean? Well, if you think about media industry organisations, you've got the communication services like the broadband and internet and telecommunications. They're the carriers, so to speak. Then you've got the distribution channel via TV, newspaper, etc. Then you've got the products that they sell, so film, music, games, books and other, so news, and that all falls out of sport and internal and external non-sport content suppliers. So there's quite a lot of links in this particular industry, and it is important to understand how they all fit together. The key global sports property, i.e. what gets promoted: football, soccer, Olympics and other major events, sports circuits, so where there's actually something that becomes a world championship, and motorsport. They're quite key things. In the sports circuit are things like the Tour de France and the Rugby World Cup. If you think about the 6 FIFA confederations, you've got Africa, Asia, South America, North and Central America and the Caribbean, Europe and Oceania. So there's actually, it's well covered. Football is a huge industry worldwide. So thinking about broadcast rights, if you look at Cricket Australia's revenue, or where it came from in 2003-4, that big chunk was actually from media rights. So it is worth big money to sports organisations. So there are 4 segments that sports organisations will be watching. There's free-to-air TV, which is subsidised by advertising revenue. There's pay TV, which is paid for by the subscribers. There's radio, which is usually a government funded thing, but then the satellite style radio is actually from the internet. And then there's internet, which is, it's an interesting one actually, because often people don't pay for the internet. You pay for your connection with your broadcasting company, which we mentioned in the last slide, but people generally don't pay to subscribe. There are some subscriber sites and that may increase, but I'm not sure how much penetration there is. However, organisations tend to have a combination of those things so that they cover all the bases and reach as many of their publics as they can.